I will give you what others mean by writing, but I'm not sure today we are going to have to write because it is not perfect time for writing uh, in this very hot summer. It's easier to see to watch and see people uh, uh, playing in the garden or in the comfortable places. So now I'm going to do what I'm going to do is to try engaging you to the idea of essay writing. So let me first ask everyone uh, to rename your username for this session only. So rename with please mention, please add on the place of your origin. For example, Serang or something like that. Yeah, so just check your rename button and uh, add add on your place and your uh, your time. For example, Philippine daytime or Western Indonesian time. So now, what's your time and your daytime? For example, in my case, something like what I wrote on my screen.
Yeah, so at the place of origin and also the time. Yeah, Pak.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, Julie,
Ah,
Trisha, you can find your rename button, yeah, in the meantime in the below menu, rename, and then add your place of origin and also time. Victoria, Philippines, 1421. Trisa.
see. Interesting. So I know I think in Philippines an hour ahead from Serang. Oh, Quezon City. Interesting.
Mr. Sahat, Taiwan, 1420.
Yeah, we can see. This is good to see on this on our screen that we gathered from different various places and various time. So near late afternoon in the Philippines and also in Taiwan. So I think Taiwan and Philippines have time zone, similar time zone, right? So just an hour behind Japan, right? I think in my time zone, we have 2 hours different with Japanese time zone. Oke, Ibu Kenti, Ibu Puput, Ibu Tari, apakah bisa?
Puput.
So I'm glad to see Hani from Jepara. So if anybody want to have a classic
Vacation.
interior furniture, so you
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
Hani.
My place of origin, well known as the wood carving producer.
Hmm. Oh, great, great. So okay, can we just tell each other? Hanif just only share, just recently share about his place of origin. So in my place of origins, Cianjur, it was renowned as this a paddy rice harvester. Paddy rice, paddy rice has harvested.
Harvester.
Yeah, yeah. So, because in the past, many people regard uh, paddy rice or rice from Cianjur as the best one, top quality. So, for example, Cianjur is well known for rice and paddy terrace and field. So, I'm going to ask you to share just a little bit of your story of place. So, for example, Victoria, can you tell us a bit of your place? What's interesting if we are going to visit your hometown?
Ah, yes. So I'm living in Quezon City, but my province is in. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Sure,
yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
clearly, clearly.
My province is far away from here, so it's in Gapan, and I mean, the product there is rice, like
Oh, rice.
Yeah,
planting
Share
rice.
with
So
me.
Philippines is also a good rice producer, Pak.
yes,
Sometimes we can have a lunch or even dinner, right, with rice. And I bring you rice, and you come here bring also rice. Thank you, Victoria, for sharing your place. Next, Lisa, can you just tell us a little bit of your place?
Afternoon, everyone. I am
Hi.
Trisha and I'm from Quezon City. And Quezon City is actually named after the second president of the Philippines.
Hmm.
That's where I live now, but our province is in Pampanga. I think
Hmm.
it's known because a lot of the people there are very good cooks. So people,
Mhm.
Oh.
so people are known for being really good cooks, for
Ah.
having delicious foods as well. Yes, thank you very much.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting. Interesting. So Rizal, do you know Rizal?
Jose Rizal.
Oh, say Rizal. Yeah, yeah. So
Yes,
it's the first or the second?
he's actually our national hero.
yeah.
And there's a province I think that is named after him, Rizal,
Hmm.
which is which has a good scenery.
I see. Interesting. So anybody would like to culinary journey? So Quezon City is recommended.
what's the best menu from Quezon City, Trisha? Or
In
specific?
Quezon City, I don't really know, but in my province, I think they're known for their sisig. Sisig, it's like a cooked in a hot plate, and you eat it
Hmm.
while you drink beer. It's
Ah,
best paired with beer. Yeah, you
Oh.
should come to
So
the
what?
Philippines and try it.
So what is your favorite food? So what your cook? The
That's
best
very
cook
hard
you
because
make.
do you know adobo? Adobo is very famous in a lot of places as one of
Mm.
the best dishes in the Philippines. Adobo.
Ad- ad-
It's a really good.
And you
It's
can
a
cook
really good
adobo.
dish. Yes, it's very easy to cook actually.
Ah, okay. Then Pahani, please make a travel arrangement. I would like to,
yeah, later
yeah, to
after
Trisa.
this summer, of
Yeah,
course.
interesting because Trisa can
Adobo,
cook
yeah.
the best food in the region. Okay, next, Julie.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. So my place of birth is in Valenzuela City, and uh, as of the moment, I live in Bulacan. So it's
Silakan.
different place, but it's just near. And if we will talk about my place of birth, since it's Valenzuela City, it is known and developed. While if we will talk about my hometown, since it's kind of province, we have our main product here is pork because we have a lot
Oh,
of poultry farms here. And
interesting.
our city, Santa Maria,
Hmm.
since it is named under Saint, it is expected to behave like more on aligned with Christian and Catholic teaching. And
Mm-hmm.
our main product is pork, like chicharon. It
Hmm.
is the skin, pork skin. The way it was cooked is it was placed under the sun for hours. Then
Mm-hmm.
it will they will fry it, so it will result into a crispy snack. It is best
Ah,
paired with vinegar and sauce like Mang Tomas. So
ah.
that's it. Uh,
So it's like a cracker or crunchy?
yes, po. It's
Ah,
crunchy and somehow salty. Just like sisig, it is best paired with beer.
I see. It must
But
be
since it's
great. Mm.
yeah, yes, po.
Yeah, it must be great.
But since Filipinos are very what you call this, madiscarte in English, very innovative. They use it as main dish paired with rice. So that's it.
I see. So it seems like special food also for festival, something like that. Or no?
I'm not familiar, but before pandemic, we have Chicharon Festival here.
I see.
Sometimes it was celebrated during February or December. I don't think what's the exact date, but we have a celebration like that here since it is the main product of our town. Thank you.
Yeah, great.
Thank you,
Very
Julie.
good.
Very interesting. And I can sense it can bring people together. That's one food. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Interesting. So maybe next, Sahat from Taiwan.
Hello, Mr. Sahat.
Hello, hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Yes, sir. What's your questions?
So could you tell a bit about your place of origin, or you are currently living now in Taiwan?
Uh,
The,
okay.
the special
Yeah.
things from your city of living.
Yes. So I think everyone knows that Taiwan is a small country, right? Yeah.
Mm.
Taiwan is quite small compared to Indonesia. Uh, there are only about 12 islands, including small islands. Yeah, but Indonesia has more than 17,000 islands, right? Wow, it's very big. So maybe you know, guys, uh, about technology product from Taiwan. They are quite famous in the world. For example, Acer. You know Acer, right? Acer, Asus, H, HTH. Yeah, you know guys about them, right? They are from Taiwan. Yeah, they are from Taiwan. So technology is quite highly developed in Taiwan. We have fast train. Yeah, and also yeah, one thing I really like in Taiwan is that here, uh, you know, CCTV hidden camera is everywhere. So we cannot throw away our garbage, our trash, yeah, uh, anywhere we want, because, you know, it will be caught with the camera and then we will get fined. So everywhere is very clean. Yeah, because it's very small. Taiwan is very small. The government is easy to control the people, the places, because very small. So as Acer, Asus, yeah, HTH, yeah, they are from Taiwan. Yeah, they are from Taiwan. And then about the food, we have uh, best food, yeah, quite famous. You know, beef noodles,
Beef
yeah,
noodles.
yes, beef noodles, dumpling, right? You know, can you find dumpling in Indonesia? Yes, I think so, dumpling. And also, do you know stinky tofu, guys? Tahu,
Tofu.
tahu.
Just,
Yeah, tahu. In
Mhm.
Indonesian language, I think you say it
Oh.
tahu.
Mhm.
Yeah, but stinky tofu, it's very bad smelly, very bad smelly. Yeah, it's really, really bad smelly. Yeah, if you come to Taiwan, you can try it. And then about good places in Taiwan, yeah, we also have good beaches, like in Bali. Yeah, we have good beaches, good mountains, and also Taipei. It is just like Jakarta, very crowded, so many people there, and everyone almost can speak English in Taipei. It is like in Jakarta. Yeah, because many people from different countries are in Taipei. Yeah. And you know, guys, in Taiwan right now, there are so many foreign workers from Indonesia, from Philippines, from Vietnam. They work here in the factory and also in the houses. Yeah, PRT, pembantu rumah tangga, bekerja di pabrik. Yeah, so many Indonesian people are here and they're quite friendly. They are very nice. Yeah, I like them. Yeah, I really like them. So Taiwan is the heart of Asia. You know, the motto, right? The heart of Asia, because it's quite small, but it's amazing. It's beautiful. Yeah, yeah. That's all I can say about Taiwan. Thank you.
Yeah, great sharing, Mr. Sahar. Taiwan have a beautiful beaches, foods, and multicultural population.
Yes, and
Correct me.
surely,
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. Which one? Hong Kong or Taiwan? The place that well known as uh,
heart of Asia.
the casino, the most I don't know. People want to gambling, go to Hong Kong or Taiwan. Correct me if I'm wrong. Macau. Ah, yeah. Sorry. Macau is a different city. Yeah.
Yes. So, guys, if you understand about the history of Taiwan, Macau, Hong Kong, they are small countries. They try to be independent, right? Yeah, like Hong Kong and Macau, they try to be independent countries from China. like Taiwan also. But until today, it's still, how to say, it's still under progress. I mean that some people or maybe some countries, they said, oh no, they are a part of China. Yeah, but some countries, they said, no, they are independent countries. Yeah, because they have their own currency, they have their own flag. If China people come to Taiwan, they have to apply for passport visa. Yeah, visa. So Taiwan, Macau, Hong Kong, they are, how can I say, it's a funny history actually, right? Yeah, it's a funny history. Yeah, you can just Google it and you will know about the history, yeah, of those countries. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for correcting me, Pak Sahar, and also Trisha. Pak Tatang, please. You want to pick another participants?
Sure, sure. Joanna, can you share with us about how your town, your place of living?
Hello, good afternoon. Sorry I'm late. Yeah, actually, Julie and I were on the same town. We're both from Bulacan. And I heard Julius sharing earlier. Actually, I can also remember chicharon. That's what is known in our place here in Bulacan, chicharon. But I can also think of the rice cakes. If you're familiar with the rice cakes, like suman, um, but I don't know the English of it, but these are rice cakes. And there's also this puto bumbong. And what's special about puto bumbong is that it's only served during the Burr month. So actually, it started now. It's September 1. Because here in the Philippines, we celebrate a long Christmas. So it starts at September 1. When Burr month started, houses are gonna start decorating or prepare for Christmas. And puto bumbong, or this rice cake, it's like ube. I think you can search it later. You can search for puto bumbong. It's really a tasty dessert with coconut toppings on it, and mixed with milk. And yeah, so what's special about it's also linked to the celebration of Christmas here in the Philippines. And for tourist destination here in my town, all I can only think of is, because usually the tourist destinations here are on the islands, like the beaches, but we have here in Bulacan, I think popular ones are the lakes, the mountains. That's what I can think of. Yeah, that's all.
Ah, interesting. The putu.
Putu bumbung, Pak.
Okay, it seems familiar with me because in my town is also a rice cake called putu, and also with coconut, and it's steamed. Oh. It is steamed with mm,
Yeah,
sorry.
steamed with bamboo, right? Steamed
Yes,
with
yeah.
Yes,
young
Indonesian putu bumbung.
It's very sweet, I think. Very sweet.
Ah, very sweet and very interesting voice. So Sahat, would you like to add something?
Maybe Joanna can see that it is similar with you have in Indonesia. Is it something like that?
Yeah, it's similar, only that here, it's color violet. But it's also, I think it has the same procedure, like you will cook it in a bamboo, and it's shaped like that. Only that we have different color. Our puto bumbong is violet. It has ube flavor, but But it's the same. I didn't know that Indonesia also has puto bumbong. Was it also called? Is it also called puto bumbong?
Putu. We
Putu,
usually call
Ah,
only
puto
putu.
bumbong.
putu
Oh,
bumbung,
okay.
putu bumbung.
Okay.
Anip putu bumbung. So I think bumbung is from bamboo.
Yeah, taken from bamboo. The other types of bamboo.
Ah, yeah, it's interesting to reconnect again with our ancestors. We have similar ancestor, I think, making having creating very similar delicious food. All right, Joanna, uh, there's something you would like to add, or is enough? Okay, thank you, great. So the other one, maybe Bu Dia atau Pak Zakaria atau Ibu Tari, they'd like to share.
Dia from Malang.
Yes.
Yeah, could you share a bit about your place of origin?
Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Okay, I live in Malang City. Malang is very beautiful city because the city of Malang is surrounded by mountain. So the many people become apple farmers. And then in Malang City has a very famous football club. We call it Arema. And then in Malang City, the famous food is in this city is tempe chips. You know what is tempe
Hmm.
chips?
Tempe.
Maybe keripik tempe. Yes,
Yeah.
pepe tempe.
Chips or
Tempe chips
crackers.
made from soybeans. Soybeans and Malang City is one of the cities of education in Indonesia. Thank you.
Thank you, Budia. And every time I
Not
visit,
not 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 soybean cakes, but chips.
Chips. So
It's very
yeah,
different.
made
Chips
from tempe, yeah, the similar
from
material of
tempe.
tempe, but then it produced in to be chips or crackers.
Chips.
yeah.
Yes, like
Hmm. So the soybean will be fermented with a particular fungi, and it become something like very organized shape, and we can slice it. And that's when fried, it makes a chips. Hmm. Interesting. So thank you, Ibu Dia. Every time I visit Malang, it seems like I was in Bandung because Malang and Batu is quite similar with Bandung and Lembang. So interesting.
yes, yes, Mister.
Okay, thank you, Pak Zakaria. Would you like to share? Well, not sure, but
Can I
I think
start?
in Tangerang it's very hot now. Oh, Ibu Tari first. Okay, Ibu
Yeah,
Tari.
okay.
Yeah,
So
sure.
I would like to share about my place of origin. I came from a town in Java Island, and the town is called with student city. Why? Because there are many universities in my town. So many students coming from all places in Indonesia study in my town. Okay, and then it is also called with cultural city too, cultural town too, because uh, the city has its own like cultural palace. Yeah, so the king, we call him the Sultan, live in the town and becoming the governor of the province. Anyone knows where the city is? Where the town is? Yeah, it's Yogyakarta. Yeah, and then there are many various, what is it, ethnic food, but the most famous one is gudeg. Gudeg is jackfruit stew, jackfruit stew dish made with sugar, brown sugar, and then coconut milk, and various spices, and it tastes sweet. Usually, usually most dishes taste various, yeah, but this one dominated with sweet.
Yeah,
So
most Japanese food are sweet.
so not so if you're not accustomed to it, you will be like kind of like amazed. Oh, how, the food is different. It's so sweet. Okay, I think that's all my presentation. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Ibu Tari. Yogyakarta is also the place for coming home,
Oh, okay.
according to Katon Bagaskara.
Yeah.
That's one of song title.
Okay, maybe Pak Zakaria or Ibu Puput or Ibu Kenti would like to share your place.
Hello.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for the time to explain about my place. Is it correct that you said, Pak Hanif, Tangerang is quite hot? Tangerang is actually Tangerang City is far from province of capital of province, which is Serang, but it's very near from the capital of Indonesia, actually. And then in Tangerang is the combinations of many tribes like Betawi, Sunda, and etc. That I can tell you the example, one example of the famous places, which is Benteng Museum, Pak Hanif. Benteng is really famous in Tangerang, and I think outside from Tangerang is very famous because this is the the place is in river. I think in river, side of river. That's called Cisadane River. The Cisadane River is very famous, I think. And about the culinary of the Tangerang is laksa, Pak Hanif. Laksa is the number one culinary in Tangerang.
I have no idea.
Laksa is like a ketupat, Pak. Ketupat, and then is toge, and there is what we say toge, soun, and ketupat, and it's very delicious, I think.
Laksa.
Do you know laksa, Pak Tatang?
It's kind of soup, yeah.
Yes, it's kind of soup. It's the culinary of Tangerang, and there is a big restaurant or the culinary in Tangerang is laksa. And laksa is the brand or the trademark of Tangerang. That's it, Pak Tatang and Pak Hanif.
Thank you, Pak, for sharing your place. And I'm offering to Ibu Puput or Ibu Kenti. Would you like to share?
Hello, Puput from Purwokerto.
Okay. Purwokerto.
What's special things from Purwokerto?
The best in Purwokerto are natural attraction or tourist spot, because in here almost all of the land is used as a tourist spot. And special food, it's the same with Malang. Here is also the special food is tempe chips. But in Banyumas, in my district, mendoan is a special food.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Mendoan Banyumas, Pak.
Ya, Banyumas.
Itu
The,
cowok semua ya kalau di Banyumas.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for your sharing, Puput. I have ever been in Purwokerto for several times.
Okay.
That's all. Hello, Bu Kanti. Can you hear? No response. I think he got trouble with connection.
All right. No problem. So thank you for sharing your story of your place. Now I would like to share you about my approach to this session. Okay, I think camera sound and check sound is okay, and I think this is a good way to do in this afternoon. So let me check you to see the reaction button. Reaction button. So if you did, you can press the right hand or the
yeah, I will give you love or heart, Pak Tatang.
Yeah,
it works.
No, it's not about reflection, but checking checking
Only checking the reaction button.
The reaction button. I will guide you with some question, something like this. If you did or if you like, and then you can press one of the reaction button, and if you don't, so you do not need to press the button. First is rice your place main dishes.
Yeah.
Oke. Ibu Dia, apakah? Oke. I see. So, Teresa, also in your town, rice is the main dish. Okay. Second one, you can choose any button. Do you like ice cream? If yes, please share your reaction. Hot summer is demanding me to drink coconut, fresh coconut water. So do you have similar thing with me? In summer, you need a coconut drink. If yes, please press reaction button. Okay. And then now we can why I did this, because in this session we are trying to tell our own story, and we can appreciate our peers, our friends for telling their story by this tool that for me is helpful to show them that I appreciate their story or I listen attentively. So my next activity is to share you that this is uh, essay writing, but I'm not asking you to write anything now because it is not possible for me. So I will share about something that I call indirect authenticity in writing. So this kind of the foundation for me to develop my own writing style, and particularly it is about a reflection. So my writing is my reflection in short. And also it is important that if you observe that any good book, any good writing is above all storytelling. That's why novel is readable than academic textbook. And many people would like to buy a novel than college textbook. And my writing is about my learning. It is about how I see the world. That's my point. Then in the indirect work, I think I'm thanking you for sharing your story of place. So in my perspective, essay writing is about writing my perspective, writing my life, mm, uh, writing my journey. So when in the previous session, we are telling each other about our place. So it is about telling each other about in one's perspective. So I hope previous session uh, will give you what is the meaning of essay in my perspective. This is about one's perspective, but one's learning. And it is about how do you make sense of the world. And in the essay writing, you don't have to worry about having a right or wrong answer. It is my perspective. It is your perspective. So we can share uh, the way we see the world. And for I think in my reading experience, a good essay involves readers to experience the writing, to experience the essay. So it means that we as writer, it is better to to give a story or to engage the readers narratively. So something like a previous one, I think I like reading. It is like reading an essay when I heard the story, for example, from Trisha or from Sahar. I can imagine, oh, this is good, and I just imagine that it is Trisha's essay, it is Sahar's essay for me, a spoken essay. So storytelling is I think is engaging for the readers. Uh, at the end of the time, the good essay is the well-read one, which means that it can include a very simple story, but it can open the reader's mind. That's the good indicator for good essay writing. Can we open reader's mind through our simple story or interesting story? So then, in my work, I found my style, my genre, or my authenticity, or my originality when I did something like having conversation with others, observing new interesting places or people, and doing something with them, and then it enlarged my view. So also by reading others' essays, So I can, something like having insight about the way why their essay are profound, something like this. So you can learn your style by reflecting on your journey or your life, and also by uh, studying the way others prominent essayists write their style or their genre. So now we are going to have a kind of telling story, something like our story of place, but we are going to tell this one in the breakout room. So Pak Hanif, can you help me? Yeah, sure. Thank you. So one way to learn about how we find a good writing style that that show our perspective, our point of view, is to share about how mm, we feel or we perceive a good story. So in the group, you can share about your favorite movie or drama or even novel. Uh, for example, if you like Korean drama, so many of my students are talking about hospital playlist now, because it's quite interesting drama. So you can share about, for example, hospital playlist. What is it all about, and how do you get it? Something like it was recommended by my friend. And can you tell about how the story is meaningful for you, and why this is then become your favorite one? And from there, you can reflect about the way this drama represent or presenting a different kind of style or genre, so that engage you as audience or as readers. Can you get my point? Okay, just share your favorite movie or drama or novel, how it feel, how it mean to you, and why it's favorite one, and how can you take insight from that favorite movie that you can learn about uh, making your writing style engaging. Oke, Pak Hanif, bisa dibagi ini berapa orang? Berapa orang?
14.
14.
Yeah, I will split into 4.
No, no.
Each room will be 3.
Dua orang aja, dua orang aja. Kecuali
yeah,
saya.
Okay, let me make
So you will share about 2 to 3 minutes, and you will share with a pair of friends. So we will, in the room, will be both of you share about your favorite movie. So feel free to share anything.
Okay. I will put some of you, randomly into the room. So please do sharing. What's your favorite novel, story, or books with your partner?
Di-set 6 menit aja.
Yeah. So you have 6 minutes, for each group. So please make it concise.
every day is so wonderful, and suddenly it's so hard to breathe. Now and then I get so insecure from all the pain. I'm so ashamed, but I am beautiful no matter what they say. Words can't bring me down. I am beautiful in every single way. Words can't bring me down. So don't you bring me down. To all your friends, you're so delirious, you're so consumed in all of your doom. You're trying so hard to fill your emptiness, the peace is gone.
So, Joanna, Trisha, and Mr. Zakaria, have you finished discussing? Yeah.
You are beautiful, no matter what they say. 'Cause words can't bring you.
Yeah, all of you, back to the main room. My partner got disconnected.
Yes, we're done sharing.
Yeah, yeah.
Udah semua.
Not yet. We are still waiting for the second room. Victoria and Miss Gina. Room 4, the win and
You are beautiful in every single way. Because can't bring you down. Loneliness, don't you bring me down today. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, oh, yeah. And everywhere we go, the sun will always shine. We are beautiful in every single way. Oh, yeah.
Oke.
Ini
Hai Mas Hanif.
Hello.
Mas Hanif masuk.
Have you finished discussing?
Oh, already Mas, already.
Yeah, okay. So everyone's waiting for you in the main room. Then we will continue the main agenda.
Oke, sir.
Okay, we will back to the main room.
Don't you bring me down.
Oke, udah balik lagi semua ya?
Not yet. I will see the second room.
Oh, oke.
Victoria and also Dina is still discussing, I think.
Oh. Are we gonna...
Hello.
Time's up.
Yeah, have you finished discussing?
We're just exchanging
yeah.
contacts.
Yeah, no worry to have a very long conversation. Yeah, everyone's waiting for you in the main room.
Okay. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Okay, I will send you.
Bye, Miss Gina.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I will send you to the main room. Yeah. I thought some rooms have a very interesting discussion and they have a long conversation, understanding each other. So they need more time, I think, by that time. So I have to take a look to each rooms to put out them into main room.
Oh, you're the good one. Remember.
Hmm.
Then we know what was the
Oops.
Hello, guys. Have you finished discussing?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So you can continue your deep conversation later, yeah. Since everyone's waiting for both of you in the main room.
Okay, I have a problem.
Okay, yeah, we will join you.
Yeah. Okay. Back to the main room.
More deeper meaning than a children's show.
Yeah, everyone's
Interesting.
here.
Yeah, I think Marudut, Joanna have watched the show. I think,
It's
yeah.
actually shown in global TV, sir.
Oh,
It
I
was
see.
in global TV for a long series before for Nickelodeon, right, miss? For the Airbender, Avatar, right? The Legend of Aang, is it?
I see. Interesting, and I think Joanna or Margaret can learn from the way the something like the director or the scene writer or script writer of the movie tell their story, and it can be seen from the way the movie is going, and that's what I mean about we can learn about our writing style by watching others prominent people work, something like the movie show or drama or even the novel, something like in my view Harry Potter, it's almost a garbage, almost a garbage, but suddenly when the producer from the publishers asked his child to read the near at the garbage box manuscripts, and the kid then tell the father that it is great story, and the story is going Harry Potter is one of the best novel in the history of 20 in the early 21st century. So if you see that the novel is used a kind of in the way how the writer use imagination to engage the readers by telling the detail of the place, of the time, of the movement of the situation. So that's how also the essay writing can learn from novel writing. So for me, essay writing is give others my perspective, one of my perspective, but tell or write in the very detailed manner so the readers can imagine, can engage with the perspective that I share with story writing. That's my perspective about essay writing. Then we are going to learn how can we develop uh, um, our ability to share story. So I would like uh, to ask you to share about what's your eyes see, what your ears heard or your other senses perceive recently. For example, recently my eyes always see green color because I'm doing gardening. So recently I I I saw a green leaf, green vegetables, and also something like a green grass. So interesting. So you can share about your senses, uh, what your ear heard or your other senses. For example, I recently smells pete pete. Do you know pete? Very specific vegetables or fruits, something like having a unique smell. So that's you can tell the story about your five senses with keyword. Something like I said green or pate. So you can share from that keyword. You can get me? Okay. So please remember in the few days ago, what attract your eyes, your ear, your nose, your skin, or even your tongue, and give it a keyword and share the story about what your five senses were attracted to in a few days ago, in a few weeks ago. It's feel free to share. Okay, Pak Hanif bisa di. Sorry, we have a lot of discussion. Ya, oke. Ya, sama 5-6 menit.
Okay, so you have 5 to 6 minutes. Yeah, join to the previous group.
Just share your story about your five senses journey. Yeah, please.
Hello. Sorry. I think.
Yeah, Joanna, you have you didn't have a partner, yeah, in room 1, so there is a newcomers here. I will send a new partner for you. So please join the room 1. Join room 1. Okay. Dina, what room are you? Room 5 ya?
Belum ada ininya sih Pak, belum muncul ininya.
Room 5, right? Previously you room 5.
Oh iya. Maybe I don't remember.
With Victoria, right? With Victoria.
Iya.
Yeah. So please. Pete is very expensive. It's about 50,000 rupees for only 10 small seed. They use in a bunch of pete or in a box or something. Pak Sahat.
Actually, they import it. They import from Indonesia
because they import from another country.
Yes, and when it arrives in Taiwan, the cover just open up. The cover just open up. Yeah, because it will be more weight, right? If they keep the cover, sending it to Taiwan, so they just open it up, yeah, to make it more simple. Yeah, sending to Taiwan.
I also have experience finding pete in Kobe. Previously, I have ever in Kobe for joining a conference, I think for about 10 days in Kobe. They also sell pete in a small box, transparent box. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. If I'm not mistaken, at that time it was 10 yen. Sorry, yeah, yen, yeah, for Japanese yen. 10 yen for small boxes, maybe containing only 5 to 8 seeds.
So, Japanese people, they eat pete, or Indonesian people who live there?
No, I found it in Japanese store, but then I'm not
Indonesia.
sure. Huh?
Japanese in Indonesia or in Japan?
Japan.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Java is in Indonesia, right? Japan is in Japan. Yeah, Japanese is in Japan. Yeah. Almost similar pronunciation.
Thank you for sharing your experience of the five senses. So my aim is to give you a perspective that we can try to write something from starting from our five senses. So to make sense something, we can start from our five senses. That's the easy way to write, to start writing. And it is the easiest way to engage the readers because the readers also have five senses. So when five senses, the story of five senses meet the reading of the five senses, so the message that is conveyed by the writer can be easily understood by the readers. So that's why in this section, I engage you to share your five senses. Okay, so the five senses is important to start your writing and also to develop your writing style and writing genre. Then another way to see why the five senses is important, I will go back to the Harry Potter. So if you read Harry Potter, so you can imagine you were in the story because the novelist write the story by engaging the readers their five senses. So as if you were in the place that were told in the story because you can sense it by your five senses. And then when you can sense it, then you can involve in the imagination. That's why a five senses is a key point for you to tell something, to write something in order to engage the readers. So it is interesting for me that when I write academic essay, I try to learn about how to make my readers engaging. Then I now study or survey some of the academic best-selling books. And you know, most of the Nobel laureates book, something like someone who found telomere. It's kind of part of DNA that they make our cellular aging sustain. So it keeps the cellular aging controllable. It's called telomere. So the writers, the scientist, is a Nobel laureate, and she is from Australia, but now in California. And she wrote her scientific book not like a textbook, but like book of essay. But for me, it's like novel with the story of how she found the telomere, the background of why she was interested in studying DNA, the protein of DNA, and it related to her childhood when she played in the beach and found interesting creatures that when you broke part of its body, so the part of that body will recover very soon. So she was wondering whether something working in that creature, small creatures. And then later on, when she studied biology, she found that it was in the DNA, and it was then she the first one who coined out the idea of telomere, the aging factor of our cellular work. So if you would like to keep your cellular tissue or cellular organ healthy, so you can learn about a telomere. And one key aspect of the finding is that emotional conditions affect the aging of the telomere, the aging work of telomere. So telomere work on keeping the cellular aging healthy. And one of the key factors in human is emotional state. So that's why if you are in the a stressful condition, you are getting sick very soon, and that's because your cellular DNA is in trouble and cannot reproduce very quickly because there's pressure from your emotional state that inhibit the work of the telomere. And later on, if it is a sustained stressful state, so it can be easily for telomere to death and make aging of the cellular end, and it means something like dementia, Alzheimer, or other somatic disease, something like not from virus, but for example, your heart, your lung is broken not because of virus, but because your lung cell is not good, it's not health. That because the DNA was influenced by your emotional state. So something that I would like to share you about that essay writing, scientific essay writing can be engaging if you can also include the story about your perspective, your experience, and your way of doing things, that it can inspire readers about, hey, She's doing a small thing, but it's great. So we can expect them from our readers. So that's why I introduced you the five senses, because it is easier to engage with your readers by writing the experience of your five senses. And then you can also engage them to think for themselves, to think for themselves. So the second case is in the movie favorite sharing session. My expectation is that one of you can tell the story that I have different conclusion with my mate when we were watching the movie together. For example, Victoria and Lisa watch the same movie side by side, and both of you are thrilled with the trailer, and then decided to watch together. And then at the end of the movie, you talk to each other, and both of you found that we have different conclusion. You know what I mean? Ah, that's the good writer did. Engage everyone to make their own interpretation. That's the essayist did, which is to engage every readers to come up with their own reflection, with their own thinking. And it creates a situation that Victoria and Teresa can share their point of view. And then can learn about respecting various perspectives, different perspectives. That's the good essays did. Do you get what I mean? So in other words, good essays is providing space for readers to become essayists in discussing about the essay that the essays wrote. So for example, when I wrote an essay and about Joanna and Zakaria read my essay, and then both of you having a discussion about my essay, and then Joanna and Zakaria found that they have a very different interpretation, and it means that I engage Joanna and Zakaria to be an essayist in oral way. So in previous, I mentioned that making sense in sense making, we have to not to worry about having a right or good answers. It is our point of view. So that's what I mean, that essay writing involves something that give others to explore their life through the reading, and then move or drive the readers to do something that also can move their peers or their friends or their anyone. So something like a good essayist is creating new essays. Although in terms of conversation, not in writing medium. That's my point of view, that essay writing is writing of your point of view, your five senses, about your life, about how you see the world, about how you could contribute to the better world. Then I think if we can do this, so we can learn how to respect each other and how to inspire each other. That's all my presentation today. So I would like to hear you to respond to my idea about essay writer is creating another essays. If you have comment on this.
Yeah, please, everyone, if you have something to say, responding Pak Tatang's idea about essay writing. Or maybe question.
What do you have in mind, Lisa? To come up with you or after that,
Yes.
Zakaria? Yeah, sure. Lisa first.
Oh, Risa,
Yeah.
okay.
After that, Zakaria.
Because I'm an English major, we are always, I think I'm very familiar with reflections, with essays like that. And I agree that it's very important for students to be able to make their own reflections, because I think it's also a way for the teachers to learn something, because we have different perspective and we have different views in life. And I think it's a good way for students or for the teachers to be able to see the students' perspective and their own views on life. And I remember when I was in high school, we would always have a movie. I think it's a film showing, and then we will be asked to write, like, for example, the who's the character, what's the plot. And I just realized now that it was a good exercise for writing, but I don't think that it's a good, really, it's a the best way of asking for reflections. Because if we're just going to have a, for example, like a standard approach on it, for example, you would write who's the characters. I think it would be best if, what do you like about these characters, what is your favorite part in the movie. And I think what's that's what's important. I think we're hitting two birds at the same time, because we're able to see how they write and also how they think.
Great. So that's what I mean. I take on your reflection that it is not about repeating the story, but it is about creating your story from the existing story. Yeah, thank you, Teresa. Okay, Zakaria. He left. He left. Enggak ada ya?
Yeah, you will come again later, Pak.
Johan, I have something. Student could have some time to talk about it with their classmates. Yeah, great. Something like we did now. So my apology that I'm not giving you the skills as Teresa mentioned about standard. I'm not giving you a standard skills for writing, because I have no authority to direct you about particular kind of writing skill or writing standard, because writing is everyone's business. I cannot enforce you to adopt this particular standard writing or something like that. And that's why my approach now is creating storytelling is to encourage you, please find out your own ways of writing and telling story. That's my aim. And thank you, Joanna, for sharing. And it can be, like Lisa mentioned, it can be interesting for teachers to learn from children, to learn fresh perspective. Okay, Zakaria is back.
Sorry, Pak Hanif, there is trouble in my connection. Thank you for your explanations about essay writing. It's very interesting, Pak. how we to start our essay or to write essay. That's the point, Pak. The problem and the main problem is how to start write. I think the main problem to write essay. My question is, or your, how about your comment, Pak, about that you explain about writing essay is how we stay in our in our written text. I think start from that you give explanations previously, like our preference about our favorite drama, our favorite color, etc. And then that's it mean our how we stay or how we include in our written. And then my question is, or I need your comment, Pak, how we catch other or people to stay or to catch people in my article or in my essay. Could you catch my point, Pak Hanif? Pak Tatan?
Sure.
Thank you,
Because,
Pak.
because it's the thing that people are asking me, and then I just said, if you are academician, if you are professor or lecturers, please think again about your writing style. Because if your writing style is a standardized academics writing, many people do that. So others cannot find your uniqueness, your potential. So please be naughty to the journal editor to argue that this is not only a research base, but also this is experience. This in reality it happens. So what happened is important in writing, and also telling what happened is the starting point for everyone uh, to, mm, to write down the first word. So why I engage you to make keyword is, for me it's helpful to start to write from the words and then to sentence and then to the idea, to the main idea and set. And the second one, how to engage the readers. That's why textbook is not so popular than novel.
Okay.
Because novel tell you the idea with the story of five senses experience. And also writing your experience, it is easier to start with your five senses. And then it will engage, like in the Harry Potter. It's very imaginative story, but the writer, the main challenge of the writer is how to engage the reader into the world that no one ever been there. You know what I mean? It's very imaginative. So the one thing that the author try to do is to engage the readers by providing the scenes that can be perceived by the reader's five senses. That's the idea. So for me, SI is not only about telling others about what is your big idea, what is your philosophy, what is your golden formula. It's about telling who are you and how you see the world. I think that's it. That's essay and other writing way. It is not about your Einstein-like finding, no, because Einstein write a small piece about his finding, but he tells the story about how he found or how he has a different paradigm or different perspective of seeing the world. That's what makes him genius or extravaganza. Yeah, I think that's Pak Jakaria. I hope this highlight your question. Yeah, just start. Just
Yeah. Thank you, Pak.
start and maybe one key important message from me is that please enjoy your five senses experience because
Yeah.
it is the door for your uh, writing career. So sharpen your five senses is a good way to develop as a writer. Okay, thank you. I think time is near to up. So Pak Hanif, thank you so much. And I think I would like to say also thank you for stay tuned with me in this very hot afternoon. My apologies. This is my style to engage my students, my fellow teachers, and everyone because my style in seminar, I'm not positioned as an expert. I'm positioned myself as your friend, your your buddy for discussing something and just create something that I think is interesting. And that's what I mean as indirect. Okay, thank you everyone.
Thank you, Pak
Yeah.
Tatang. Thank you.
Okay. So thank you, Pak Tatang. Again, a big applause for him for very inspiring idea, yeah, how to generate the idea of writing, how to develop, how you use our senses, yeah, to start writing, developing the story of ours, yeah, to be our writing. So yeah, of course, time's up. Yeah, so thank you for your coming, everyone, and don't forget to fulfill the presence list of today. You can find in chat room. And again, while waiting for you completing this presence list, better to end up this meeting by taking a photograph. Yeah, Pak Tatang ya.
Oh, can I siapa tahu cepat-cepat? I have to attend my next
Ah,
meeting.
yeah,
with
okay. So
my
everyone, I will
colleague.
count quickly, 2, 3, yeah. So 1, 2, 3. Thank you, everyone. Since Pak Tatang will have to join another meeting, so goodbye for today and see you tomorrow. We will have last day of our summer school program, and we will have Mr. Herli Salim with materials of young learners need in English language learning, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, students need for young learners, and also the closing remark. So don't forget, tomorrow we will have the same class, yeah, at 1 with the same Zoom meeting link. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye. See you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye.